In my previous video, I explained how we got initially invited to get to the UK. Okay, so like I said in the previous video, the relatives showed us some adverts about yes aid, and yeah, so like if you follow the video that I just the previous one, you're gonna understand exactly what I'm actually talking about. So in this video, we're going to be looking at my resistance in terms of the whole process. I'm actually being making confessions right now because as the man, I wanted to understand the process and things like that. Hello and welcome. My name is Kuda. I'm actually doing this series because why? I've recently relocated to the United Kingdom, and I'm kind of breaking down the process and some of the parts that we encountered. So I stand to be corrected in some of the information, guys, that I'm going to be sharing in my videos, and I'd love you to bear with me. If I make any mistakes, please correct me in the comment section. If you have any questions for me, just ask. Again, just double check if you are subscribed to this channel. If not, please make sure that you smash that subscribe button so you never miss any of these important updates. So moving forward, after the invitation came through, so I was supposed to make a decision. So now one of the things that came into my mind was so I used to work from home when I was in Zimbabwe, and also when I was in town in Harare. When I get in town, I used to have a co-working space. Okay, a co-working space at Bank ABC. You know, opposite RBZ, there is a building for Bank ABC. They support a lot of entrepreneurs actually. Okay, so the facility is whereby you get there, they give you free internet and a desk. You just go and sit, do whatever you want for the whole day. When you're done, boom, you go if you want to have a meeting with your clients. So I used to use that place. So next to that place, one of the people used to do the nurse aid process, okay, helping people with processes and things like that. It was actually a company that was actually recruiting, so they were there, and I could look at them almost every single day, and I was like, okay, these nurse aids. Now, this had actually come to my attention, and what I then did was I went to the person, or at least when they had no pressure, because a lot of people were coming in, and I was like, okay, I want you to explain to me this process. My wife just received an invitation, and then the invitation is more like you can travel on your own, and then your husband is gonna follow. So I wanted to gather a little bit of more information, because initially in my other video I explained that the relative didn't give us full details. I really wanted to gather more information. So the only close person that I wanted to gather information from was that company that was actually working, that I was using that same co-working space with what I was actually where I was at Bank ABC. So basically. Yeah, so now I went there, I sat down, and then I asked, tell me, how much is needed for if someone wants to go to the United Kingdom? Okay, and then she was like, I think if you budget 6,000, it's enough. I was like, wait a second, you're telling me 6,000? What is this money for? She tried to explain these things, but it was my first encounter in terms of me asking about the information. So I was like, okay, now tell me something. The people that are coming here, I see that a lot of people are coming in here every single day, you know, doing this and that. What's the ratio at which people are going? So I was like, I wanted to know, out of 10 people, how many people are going? Okay, out of 10 people, how many people are going? So she was like, out of 10 people, maybe 1 or 2. Why is that happening? And she explained to me to say, you know what, a lot of people about the nurse aid process, they think that if they do nurse aid and then they pass, and then they have their ticket to get to the United Kingdom, but really that's not the case. There's other expenses that are really needed. And then she went on to explain the type of expenses that are needed, and I was like, okay, I have that information. I wish I could have actually brought my wife so they can listen to what this person had to say, but well, it wasn't the case. So now the next thing that we did, we gathered, we had a family meeting, and then it was like, okay, guys, we understand that you guys want to travel to the United Kingdom and things like that. So what is it that is needed to be done? So one of the things that we're supposed to do now is to look for money. I was supposed to look for money, actually. I was supposed to hustle for money. So I understood that the amount of money that is needed was around 6,000 because that's what I had. But the people that I was actually negotiating with, they didn't understand that this process is going to require a lot of money. So now the first initial meeting was like, okay, this is what we need to do. So then the next aid training has to start now and things like that. So we had to look for a local training. Okay, we had to look for a local training in the place where I stayed. Okay, and then my wife enrolled to the nurse aid training course, and she did her like 3 months, which I'm going to explain in another video. So the initial meeting that I had on a round table basically was not a productive meeting, I would say, okay, or not a meeting that I was actually approving everything that was being planned. So it was more like, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do that, we need to do that. So amongst our discussions, really, what I was looking at is that, okay, this is what you're saying, but let us look at the money that is needed and how, guys, are you going to be helping me? Because at the end of the day, what I need is money, okay? What I need is money, yeah. So I was like, you know what? I just agreed to say, okay, let's do it that way for the sake of peace, you know, for the sake of peace. I didn't want to argue to say, guys, there's a lot of money that is needed. How much are you going to be helping me with? How much are you going to be helping me with? And so for argument's sake, for progress sake, we just said, okay, let us enroll to the nurse aid training course. And by then, the nurse aid training course, I think it was really, really cheap. I think it was around $40 per month or $30. I don't remember. But that money was quite affordable. I could just, you know, pull out my wallet and then just say, let's start. So my wife then started her nurse aid training course, and that's how we got started. I had no idea at all what is going to happen next. I just said, you know what, for argument's sake, I'm just going to, you know, do this and see where it leads us to, okay? But I'll be honest with you, 80% of myself was saying, no, I don't want to go to the United Kingdom based on the money that was needed. I don't have that money. Where will I get that money? 20% of me was just saying, you know what, whatever happens. That was my 20% at that moment. Okay, I would say 90-10. My 10% was like, whatever happens. My 90% was like, you know what, I don't want to go. I don't know where to find this money. I cannot put myself under pressure to say I'm gonna raise this amount of money that is needed. So basically, that's my another phase as I was actually planning to get to the United Kingdom. And yeah, so like I said, I want to make these videos very short. I'm gonna be covering all these tips. Please follow through what I'm actually training you and of what I'm actually sharing. And please check that you are subscribed to my channel. If you have any questions, please go ahead and leave a question. I would love to hear from you. And yeah, let's see what we can achieve. If I missed out anything, like I said earlier on, please make sure that you leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll be more than happy to hear from you. I've also added some resources in the description section that can actually help you with information that you need. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. And bye for now.